Gracias, kefalograviera, to another episode of Dimitra's Dishes. Today, by popular demand, I'm bringing to you pastitsada. Pastitsada is basically a beef stew that's made with pastitsio noodles, the thick noodles that are used to make pastitsio. And it's been requested on Facebook, on Instagram, as well as on YouTube, so I thought I'd bring it to you. It's delicious comfort food that comes from the island of Corfu in Greece, also known as Kerkyra. It is delicious, easy to make. You can also make this in a slow cooker if you have one, but I'm doing it on the stovetop just so that way anybody can make it. You don't need any special equipment. You're gonna need some beef cubes. Now, boneless beef is traditionally used, but if you have beef with the bone in, you could definitely use that too. You can use any inexpensive cut of beef for this because this is gonna cook for a long time, but my rule is use what you've got. I'm making a double batch today because we're 7 people in this house and I need to have leftovers to keep things moving in this house smoothly. Now this recipe starts off with the beef, like I said. I'm gonna heat up some oil in a big pot and I'm gonna brown the beef in a few batches. It takes about 3-4 minutes. Take it out and transfer it to another dish and just keep browning until the beef is all done. At that point, you're gonna have lots of delicious flavor in there. You do not want to get rid of that oil. Go ahead and add some finely chopped onions. Since I'm making a big batch, I use 4 small onions. If you're going to make the regular size, that's on the website, and that's with this recipe, you're going to only need 2 onions. You need onions for this because the beef needs the moisture and the sweetness from them. So you're going to want to cook them until they're slightly soft in about 6 minutes. They don't need to be super soft because they are going to cook for a long time. Once you're done softening them, then go ahead and add some grated garlic and just warm it through. Next, we're going to add the beef back to the pot with the remaining ingredients. So in go 2 to 3 cloves. I'm also going to add 2 bay leaves. Now, traditionally, cinnamon is also added, but I think if you've been with me for a while, you know that my kids don't like cinnamon in savory dishes. So I left it out, but if you want to keep it traditional, you could throw a cinnamon stick in there or about half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. That'll do. I also added a large can of pureed tomatoes, and then I also rinsed it out with a cup of water just to get all that tomato out of the can so we don't waste anything. And the dish also needs a little bit of liquid to cook in, so I did add that water. Then I went ahead and I seasoned it with some salt, black pepper, and crushed red pepper flakes. What you're gonna do is you're gonna wanna bring the whole thing to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, reduce the heat to a medium and cover the pot and let it cook for about 1.5 hours. You could let it go for 2 hours too. It tastes best when the meat is really nice and tender and the sauce is thick. If the sauce begins to thicken a little too fast, you can definitely go in and add a cup or 2 of water and just cook it down. It's not a big deal. Once it's done, go in and give it a taste and adjust the seasoning if it needs more salt or pepper. Now's the time to add it in. Then what you want to do is finely chop some fresh parsley, garnish the top, and then it is time to serve. While the stew is cooking, you could go ahead and add and boil the pastitsio noodles. If you don't have pastitsio noodles, you can use your favorite pasta, whatever it is. Pastitsio noodles are usually sold in Mediterranean specialty food stores. They're also sold in Middle Eastern specialty food stores. And if you can't find it there and you really want them, I'll put a link down below where you can get them on Amazon because you can pretty much find everything on there. The way you're gonna serve this is you're gonna put the noodles in a big tray on the bottom. And I also like to, once the noodles are done, by the way, I put in some butter in there and I just toss them around so they can get nicely coated and flavored. And you would top them with the beef stew. You can do that all in one tray. You could serve it separate and everyone can serve themselves. I always like to put a nice hefty grating of Parmesan cheese. Now, traditionally, kefalograviera is used, but I don't have any, so Parmesan is second best. I freshly grated it, and then I just top it with the Parmesan, and the meal is ready to be served. I think you guys are gonna love it. It's comforting, it's delicious, it's flavorful, and it's something that the whole family will love. And not only that, you can make a double or triple batch because the meat stew actually freezes well. If you wanna freeze it for future use, go ahead and let it cool completely, transfer it in freezer-safe containers, and then just store it in the freezer for up to like 3 months. When you're ready to use it, thaw it out, warm it up again, taste it, and adjust the seasoning and serve it. Great to have on hand. I would also make a little bigger batch because this keeps well in the fridge all week long. Perfect for those busy days where you don't have to cook once and let it go throughout the week. I think you guys are gonna love it. It is time to take a bite. I'm gonna try to get a little bit of everything. So much flavor. Try to take out the cloves if you can and the bay leaves before you put it out to serve, because biting into that is really not that pleasant. I didn't bite into one, but I just thought of it and I wanted to let you know. This thing is so comforting and delicious. The cheese on top just gives it an extra luxurious flavor. All of the exact measurements are in the description box down below, and the printable recipes are on the website, dimitrasdishes.com. I hope you give it a try, and if you do, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you have any special requests, let me know. I read all the comments, and I'll bring it to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys so much for spending time with me today. I'll see you all next time. Yes,